Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Amber Morris. Amber, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day like Amber, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so yesterday, what a mess! They picked the power veto players, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. We got Sam, Caitlyn, Haley, and the three extras, JC, Rockstar, and Fessy. So now, Fessy knows for sure he's going to be competing in this power veto competition. His brain is going to explode, okay? He's got his two main girls up on the block. Who would he save if he wins the power veto? Who's the main chick? Who's the side chick? We're going to find out. Real talk, though. He obviously wants to save Haley, but he fears the wrath of Caitlyn. Okay, so he also doesn't want to throw this competition, which would be the easy way out, because he's worried that there is that chance he could be the replacement nominee. Nobody really knows what Sam is thinking at this point, so he wants to try and win this to guarantee his safety for the week. Alright, so leading up to this competition, Caitlyn was guilt-tripping the hell out of Fessy for most of the day. It was really sad to watch, and it was like the same thing over and over and over and over again. So Caitlyn's like, you looked me in the eye the other day and you told me that you were going to save me. That was before he knew he was actually playing. It's really easy to say like, yeah, I'd save you until that time actually comes. So Fessy's like, well, I didn't say that I'm not going to save you. He says he doesn't know what he would do yet. Keep in mind, they had not even played the veto competition at this point, and Caitlyn is freaking going in on him. So Caitlyn's like, I'm your number one. Why wouldn't you save me? Why isn't that like a guarantee that you would save me? And Fessy's like, okay, riddle me this. If I was up on the block next to Tyler, who would you save? Caitlyn freaking claims that she would save Fessy, and there is no way Fessy is not buying this. He's like, really though? You really would? He's learning! He's learning! Good for you, Fessy. Okay, so Fessy keeps saying that there's stuff that he feels like Caitlyn is keeping from him. I'm not totally sure if he's referring to a girls' alliance at this point or if he thinks that Caitlyn may have a power, but she's like, I don't have anything that I'm not telling you. I'm playing an authentic game. I've got nothing to hide. She is living her truth. Okay, so then it was time for the power veto competition, and it sounds like it was hosted by Rachel Riley. Oh my god, Vegas! So the feeds went down for a little over 2 hours, and when they came back, the players were wearing these blue shirts and shorts with like yellow and black caution tape, so they looked like a bunch of crash test dummies. And it turns out it was a memory competition, and the winner was Fessy? What? Oh my god, okay. This is remarkable for two reasons. First of all, Fessy won a memory competition. Was not expecting that. No offense. Number two, the most like interesting winner for this competition won, okay? Because can you imagine the situation that he's going to be in now trying to decide who to save or not save with this veto? It's a real Shakespearean thing we're going through here. Welcome to season 20, y'all. It's like the craziest thing that could happen happens. It's great. So this is going to be a bumpy few days. So immediately, Fessy, like when the feeds come back, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. My two best friends are on the block. So Rockstar is going to work. She's talking to Fessy in the bathroom area, and she's like, okay, when I was outside smoking with Sam one time, she told me that the thing that she hates the most in this house is a bully. And there's one clear bully in the house, and he doesn't acknowledge me as a person. Obviously, she's talking about Brett, but I don't see Sam putting Brett up on the block this week. Do you guys? I don't think it's gonna happen. But Rockstar is like, Fessy, how great would it be if you use the veto and we could convince Sam to put Brett up on the block and we get rid of him? So Fessy's like, that seems really risky because he doesn't think that Sam is going to tell him who the replacement would be. True. So he doesn't really want to risk that, you know, and use the veto without knowing who's going to go up. So Rockstar's like, yeah, you're right. You know, if you don't get a clear answer on who she would put up, then you should probably leave the knobs the same. Because let's face it, Rockstar is like a prime time candidate to go up as the replacement this week. She made a huge display a few days ago, and it's not sitting well with a lot of people. Alright, so meanwhile, we've got Haley and Caitlyn celebrating in the pink bedroom. They're excited because there's a good chance now that they could both make it through the week because they feel like Fessy is definitely gonna save one of them. And you know in their heads, Haley is like, oh, he's gonna save me. And Caitlyn in her head is like, oh, he's gonna save me. So Haley is like, we just need to make sure that no one convinces Fessy to keep the nominations the same because then obviously one of us is going. So then, isn't that funny that they were talking about that as Rockstar was like, alright, I guess we should keep the knobs the same. Yeah. So then Caitlyn and Bailey were chatting in the pink bedroom. And Caitlyn was kind of pissed at Fessy because she thinks that he should have thrown the competition to her. She was right behind him. It was close, I guess. So Caitlyn's saying this whole situation could have been avoided. I could have been safe. So Bailey is telling her, yeah, but Haley picked him to play, and I think she'd be pretty mad if he threw it. And Fessy also wanted to win to secure his own safety. If you won, he would not be guaranteed that safety. So it was really like a no-win situation for Fessy. So Bailey's going to take this information about Caitlyn being pissed and put that in her back pocket for later. Alright, so then Caitlyn and Fessy were in the bathroom area, and he's like, oh, I'm just really stressing out right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. And Caitlyn's like, just remember, you shook my hand. Yeah, she said that. So she's claiming that she threw the competition to him so that he could be safe too. And Fessy's like, you did not throw that competition. He's saying, you got that last question right. So no, you did not throw it. She is denying it. She's like, what? I got it wrong. What are you talking about? So they're going back and forth about that. This is going to come up so many more times throughout the rest of the day and night. Okay, so Fessy just keeps telling her that he's so stressed. Caitlyn keeps saying, you promised me you were going to use it on me. So Fessy's like, all right, I'm out of here. I need a break. Like, get away from me. So he goes up to the HOH room for some alone time. Sam gives him permission to lock the door. She's not even going to go in there while he's in there. And he just listens to music for a little while. So while he's up there, Bailey, Rockstar, and JC were chatting in the pink bedroom, and they feel bad for Fessy because they know this is going to freaking tear him apart. So Haley joins them, and she hears them talking about this, and she's like, you know what? If he really feels that way and it's really messing him up that much, he doesn't have to use it. Because Haley is feeling pretty confident that she's going to stay if she's up against Caitlyn on Thursday. So they're telling Haley, you'll be completely safe if nominations stay the same. So, like, maybe they should stay the same. And, of course, she doesn't want to be on the block, but she feels for Fessy. So then JC pulls Haley aside in the storage room, and he's like, I wouldn't even be having this conversation with you if I didn't think you were, like, 100% safe. So he's like, I don't think the veto should be used. It's what they were just talking about. He says, you'll have the votes to stay. Would she? You never know what could happen. And he thinks it could be the first unanimous vote of the season. So Haley's like, I don't know that I feel safe. Like, why would Fessy vote for me to stay if he doesn't use the veto on me? And, like, what about Tyler? He's super close to Caitlyn. She doesn't think she's going to have all these votes. So JC is like, no, Fessy and Tyler would vote to keep you. I don't know if you should have thrown Tyler's name in there yet. If that gets back to Caitlyn, they're all going to be in a lot of trouble. Everyone's going to be in trouble. So then JC was saying, think about it this way. If the veto is used, Rockstar is probably going to go up. She's going to get voted out. And then we're going to lose a number. Something to think about. Alright, so then let's talk about Caitlyn being ridiculous. She was on the Sky Bridge with Tyler, Casey, and Rachel. And she's like, just so you guys know, Bailey and Rockstar are already trying to convince Fessy not to use the power veto because they're afraid that they're going to go up on the block. Yeah. So she says Fessy has been her best friend since day one. So he's got to use it on her. And she says she intuitively knew he was going to win the power veto. So that's why she was already working on him. And she says last night he promised he was going to use it on her if he won. But this morning he said he didn't know. So, like, something must have happened in that time that changed his mind. And then she says that 5 minutes before the competition, she went up to him and said, like, I promise that I will throw the veto to you if you promise to use it on me. So that's what she was talking about earlier. She apparently made a deal with him. He shook on the deal. What? So, yeah, that happened. But I really, really doubt that she actually threw it to him. Because it sounds like she was going for it and she lost. And she was just like, yep, I threw it. I could have won that. So then Tyler and JC were chatting in the storage room. And JC was like, don't get it twisted. Caitlyn has to go home this week. She is a way bigger threat than Rockstar. Rockstar is weak in competitions. Caitlyn has come close to winning a few. So she's got to go. And JC is saying if the veto is used, Rockstar's probably going to go up and she's going to go. So we have to make Haley feel super confident that she's going to stay if she stays up on the block. And then she'll tell Fessy to keep the nominations the same. And Tyler's like, yeah, sounds great, but like don't overdo it. Don't work on Fessy too hard because we're going to be in trouble if that gets back to Caitlyn. And don't tell Haley that I'll keep her just yet. Oh, too late for that. So he's saying the three of them will talk soon, but he doesn't want to tell her that yet. All right. Just for the record, I don't think Haley has shared that information like with Caitlyn yet. So the crap has not hit the fan. All right, but Caitlyn and Fessy went to battle again. This time they were in the pink bedroom, and she's like, look at it this way. If I'm still up on the block on Thursday, I am definitely going to go home against anybody. Haley will be safe against anybody, so you should use it on me. So again, she's claiming that she threw the competition to him. They're going back and forth about whether or not she got that last question right. It's exhausting. So then Caitlyn's like, wait a second. Did you promise her that you were going to save her also? Is that what this is? But Fessy is not answering, which is super obvious. Not answering is basically yes. So Caitlyn's like, why would you do that? That's why she's walking around so happy, I guess. So Fessy says he's trying to come up with a plan to keep both of them, but Caitlyn keeps pressing him. She wants a real answer. So she's like, can you please just like look at me? So Fessy says, oh wait, sorry. She asks him, is Haley walking around thinking that you're going to save her? And Fessy's like, well, she thinks there's a possibility that I'll save her. So then Fessy's like, yeah, you're my best friend, but I'm really close to Haley too. So I gotta figure out what my best option is here. And Caitlyn's jaw drops in that moment. She's just like, cue the tears. She's like, I thought I was your number one. You should have shaken my hand. I could have won that competition. No. So she's, you know, over and over again, I thought it was me and you to the end. You shouldn't have promised me that you would have saved me. You shouldn't have promised us both the same thing. So it's the same crap over and over again. And then Caitlyn's like, if you don't save me, I'm going to go home. It's going to be your fault. So Caitlyn keeps bringing up the handshake that supposedly happened like 5 minutes before the competition. And Fessy is like, look, you freaking cornered me. What else was I supposed to say? And then, oh my God, he slips up and calls her Haley. Okay, so then like a minute later, Caitlyn has had enough. She gets up and she's just like, I'm asking to go home. I literally can't do this. So she goes to the to the diary room, but no, she does not leave the game. Are you kidding me? Okay, so then Fessy goes to Bailey for some guidance. She's definitely the voice of reason here. So Bailey is like, just so you know, Caitlyn told me that she's pissed that you didn't throw the competition to her. And Fessy asks if Caitlyn got the last question right. Bailey says yes, she did. So there is like double confirmation that Caitlyn did not throw the competition to him. Uh-oh. Okay, so then Fessy's like, all right, well, what's Haley saying about all this? And Bailey's like, well, Haley's kind of frustrated because she said that you guys had a really long talk and like an hour and a half or something. She really put in the work. And after that, Haley felt like, okay, if I pick him to play, he's going to use the veto on me. And now he's being really wishy-washy about it, so that's kind of bothering her. But Bailey is like, you know what, I'm a little nervous that I could potentially be the replacement nominee if you use the veto. So she's saying, if you get confirmation from Sam that it's not going to be me, then you should probably save Haley, because you did tell her you would. So then Bailey's like, I don't know what you see in Caitlyn, because she's left you out of so much stuff. She got rid of your best friend Swaggy without telling you she was going to do it. She's embarrassed you multiple times. She doesn't have your best interest in mind here. So then Fessy's like, well, do you think that Haley does? And Bailey says, no, not really. She doesn't either, because if she did, she wouldn't be going around the house flirting with all these guys, again, making you look like an idiot. So she's saying, you deserve better than both of them. Work with me. So then she's saying, though, that, like, she thinks that Haley is better for him to work with. But she brings up, if Caitlyn had to choose between you and Tyler, she would pick Tyler every time. And she says that Caitlyn even told her that she would when they were talking in the bathroom sometime. Case closed. Fessy is hearing everything he needs to hear right now. So he goes and talks to Haley, and he's like, don't tell anyone, but I'm definitely going to use the veto on you. What? So she's like, all right, cool, but, like, again, if it's going to mess you up, you don't have to do it. I don't want you to feel like you have to. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it. So he says he doesn't know anything about this game, because he's a recruit, duh. I'm pretty sure she is too. But he's like, I'll win all the vetoes, and you do the rest. Wow, sounds like a great deal. Okay, so anyway, then Fessy chats with Tyler. And this is interesting, because Tyler and JC do not appear to be on the same page. Before, JC was telling Tyler, we need to make sure that Fessy does not use the veto. But Tyler is encouraging Fessy to use the veto here, and Fessy agrees, yeah, it'd be great if I could save one of them with the veto and campaign to save the other, and we can keep both of them. So Tyler's like, yeah, you gotta be strategic about which one you use it on. You gotta make sure that the one that stays up on the block, is the one that's gonna be safe. Baby girl. So I think he's hinting that, like, Haley should stay up, but Fessy wants to save Haley. Alright, so then Tyler goes and reports to Sam that there's a really good chance, it sounds like Fessy is going to use the veto, but he doesn't know who he's going to use it on yet. Doesn't know if it's going to be Haley or Caitlyn, because he didn't mention that when they were talking. So Sam is like, alright, I'm going to, pick a replacement nominee, but she's not going to tell anybody who it is beforehand, not even Tyler. This is actually really exciting to not know who's going up before the ceremonies. So Tyler is pushing for Rockstar to go up on the block. And Sam is like, I really don't want to put her up because she wants Caitlyn to go this week. She made that very clear. And she knows if Rockstar goes up, there's a good chance that she's going to go and Caitlyn's going to stay. So I don't know, like, who she's gonna put up. It's gonna be interesting to see, but it sounds like she has one plan for if Fessy saves Haley and one plan for if he saves Caitlyn. So I wonder who those two choices are. It's interesting. Leave it in the comments what your guesses are. So then Bailey joins them. She's crying. She's upset. She's had it. She feels like she is held to a different standard than everybody else in this house. She's been biting her tongue for weeks here, but it's okay when other people pop off or cry or freak out, but she doesn't want to be viewed as, like, the angry black woman. So it's a lot harder for her, and they don't treat her the same, and I feel like she's right. It's definitely true, and I feel really bad for her that she has to deal with that crap. And she feels like people are always trusting other people before her, like, even within her own alliance, like Fessy. And that really bothers her, and she wants somebody to work with, like a number one, and it's tough for her now that Swaggy's gone. So Tyler's like, well, I think maybe people are afraid to approach you because they assume that you've got, like, this vendetta to avenge Swaggy, and, they're giving her this pep talk. I feel bad for her. But this is interesting. The way that Bailey is talking, it sounds like she really thinks there's going to be a battle back, and, like, Swaggy's going to be coming back soon. He's not. Okay, so anyway, For the rest of the night, Caitlyn, oh my god, relentlessly trying to guilt Fessy into using the veto on her. I mean, we're talking hours here, multiple conversations, and it's the same stuff over and over again. But now, she's also adding on this personal element. She's like, oh, my family really needs the money. Years ago, my dad's bank vault was robbed, and he lost like hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry and blah, blah, blah. So this is crazy because Fessy brings up her HOH week when she was pissed that Swaggy was using his sob story to try and get her to save him. So he's like, I thought you didn't like when people did that. And he also brings up another good point about how Caitlyn said that she would write a check for Swaggy for $5,000 after the show, and that doesn't sound like somebody who's struggling. Woo! Get her! Okay, so she's like, oh, well, it's for my dad. Like, I'm doing fine, but, like, it's for my family. Okay, so Fessy is also not letting it go that Caitlyn took out Swaggy, like, behind his back. That's kind of a big deal. And she's just like, I thought we were over this. She's trying to frame it like she was doing that to help him because couples get targeted and blah, blah, blah. Minnie, we're almost done. Okay, so then, other than that, the have-nots feasted at midnight. Lou, please. Sorry. And then, today, not much going on so far. I think we're going to have the have-not selection, or have-not volunteers today. And tomorrow, the power veto ceremony. So I'm sure we'll see lots of craziness later today. They need, like, in-house restraining orders. At this point, I, like, feel bad for Fessy. The way that Caitlyn is like, use the veto! So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.